Hello, scholars. Welcome back. Today is Wednesday, January 27, 2021. And today we're going to be focusing on Lesson 14, boys and girls. Let's see what Lesson 14 is all about. Remember, our big goal is to score 100 in our ENA module that we're going to have in 2 weeks. And score 100 on the mid module and on the topic quiz. So for today, we have no materials for the live. You need a Peer Dick link for the live and you need a Peer Dick link for the homework, boys and girls. So make sure that you are ready to learn. So let's talk about what important concepts we need to learn today. So we'll be learning about hundreds, tens, and ones. We already know that those are values. Those are numbers that have a value. And today we're gonna learn 2 new words. The first word that we're gonna talk about is decompose. And decompose it's the same thing as bundle. You need to break one larger unit into 2 smaller units. And we also have to talk about the difference. Why are we talking about the difference? Because when you subtract, boys and girls, you find the difference between 2 numbers. You take away from the whole. You subtract the smaller number from the greater number, and that's the difference. Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to talk about what model the whole. So remember, when we are subtracting a number, we have 2 parts and a whole. So here are the steps we follow. First, we write the problem vertically. We do the same thing that we've been doing. Then, key point number 2 is model the whole. Model the whole is the bigger, the greater number. Then we continue with the same steps. The only difference is that we only model the whole. You subtract the ones. If you don't have enough, you unbundle. Then you subtract the tens. If you don't have enough, you unbundle. You subtract the hundreds. And then we're doing a new step. We're going to check our work by doing the inverse operation. Our learning goal, boys and girls, is to use math drawings to represent subtraction with up to 2 decompositions. So we're going to relate drawings to the standard algorithm and use addition to explain why the subtraction method works, boys and girls. Okay, boys and girls, let's look at this problem. 584 minus 147. Would it be easier to solve this problem mentally, boys and girls? Oh my goodness, no! We can't keep all those numbers in my head. It will be confusing. Oh, boys and girls, part of your job as a student is to know which tools make your work easier. And vertical form is an excellent choice for a problem like this. So the first key point is write the problem vertically. They already did it here for us. So I'm just going to label ones, tens, and hundreds. Now, let's make a math drawing using our place value. Today we're going to use the chip model. So we have the ones, the tens, and the hundreds, boys and girls. I already wrote my problem vertically. Now I have to model the whole. This 4 tells me that I have 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This 8 tells me that I have 8 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I stop right here. 6, 7, and 8. This 5 tells me that I draw 5 hundreds in the hundreds place. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, boys and girls. Look at key point number 1. Key point number 2, model the whole. Remember that we only model the whole. Do we need to draw 147? No, boys and girls. It's part of 584. We only draw the whole when we subtract. Then we take one part to show the other part. So, excellent thinking, boys and girls. That's the part per whole thinking. Let's use a problem to set up the subtract. Ready? Are we ready to subtract in the ones place? That's the next key point. Subtract ones. I start with 4 ones and I take away 7 ones. Do we have enough? No, we don't, boys and girls. Where can we get from more ones? From the tens place. Let's show that in our model. I decompose I unbundle because I didn't have enough. So I make an arrow and I write, I give 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So remember, as we change the model, we change the vertical form. Look over here. I come to my vertical form. I no longer have 8 tens. I have 7 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens. I no longer have 4 ones. Now I have 14 ones. Watch. 4 plus 10 makes 14, boys and girls. So, let's cross out and let's see if we're ready to subtract in the tens place. Are we ready? I start with 7 and I'm going to take away 4. Do you have enough? Yes, I do. Because the number 7 is greater than 4. Remember, when we subtract top to bottom. Top to bottom. Okay. Are we ready to subtract in the hundreds place? Yes. Why? Yes, boys and girls, because the number 5 is greater than the number 1. So let's ready to subtract. So we start. So it says start with 14 and take away 7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many do I end up with? Yes, 7. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I end up with 7 ones. Now let's look at the 10 place. I start with 7. I take away 4. The number 7 is greater. That means I can take away 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. How many do I end up with? Yes, 3. Now I'm ready to subtract the hundreds. I start with 5. I'm going to take away 1. Oops, I forgot to write the 3 here. I subtract the hundreds and I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, boys and girls. Thank you for working this problem. Let's complete the sentence. 584 minus 147 equals 437. How can we prove that our answer is correct, boys and girls? Well, you know that this is a whole 584 and then 147, it's a part, and 437, it's the other part, boys and girls. So we know that if we add the parts, we see if they end up with a whole. So let's see this. I can add 147 plus 437. What should the answer be, boys and girls? Yes, the answer should be 584. Let's see if we get that answer correct. 7 plus 7 equals 14. Remember, I write the 4 in the ones place and the 1 in the tens place. 1 plus 4 plus 3 equals, well, 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Now what's 1 plus 4? Yes, 5. Oh my goodness! We check our answer. This is called check our answer. And we got it correct, boys and girls. Great job. So we're going to work another problem like the ones. This is how it's going to be looking in the classroom. So, boys and girls, the first thing is that I write the problem vertically. Remember, this kind of problems, we cannot write it and we cannot solve it mentally. I already did that. Then I model the whole, boys and girls. Here's what you should have. 6 hundreds, 3 tens, and 7 ones. So now I subtract the ones. I have 7 ones and I'm going to take away 3. Do I have enough? Yes, I do, boys and girls. The number is bigger on the top. 1, 2, 3. And I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's look at the tens. I start, which is key point number 3. Key point number 4, we subtract the tens. I start with 3 and I take away 5. Oh, the bigger number on top. I can't do that. So I have to unbundle. This is what unbundle means. You cross at 100 and you give him 10 tens. Well, let's do that in the vertical form. I no longer have 6 tens. I have 5. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I no longer have 3 tens. I have 13. So I cross out the 3 and write 13. I'm ready to subtract. Now, boys and girls. Ready? I start with 13. Can I take away 5? Yes, I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do I end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I end up with 8. I'm done. I'm bundling the tens. Let's count the hundreds. I start with 5 and I take away 2. 1 and 2. So I end up with 3, boys and girls. Now it's our turn to check our work. So that means we add the parts. This is a part and this is a part. Let's see if you get it correct. 3 plus 4 equals 7, boys and girls. 5 plus 8 equals 13. So a 3 goes here and the 1 goes in the hundreds place. And 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6, boys and girls. I ended up with 637. That's the whole. So our problem is correct, boys and girls. Thank you for working very hard and we'll see you right now. Bye.